so you're doing anything on the bomb. Because you went in and then out of it, right?
I did. Maybe somebody else might have tripped it.
No one else was in there.
Because it looked like it was glowing like that, but I don't know.
It's also possible...
That I waited too long?
No. So sometimes I get that they explode on me in normal, even though I do that. But sometimes they don't explode and they get a green check mark if both of them are filled and the one that has the person filled and it runs out. But I don't know if that's actually what it's supposed to be or if it's just a quirk about how they are, because as long as the one that's glowing is the one that comes in and out. I don't know how the bomb.
Do you have to stand in it?
We have to stand in the I mean, you have to stand in it for at least a second.
Ask me what.
Bombs work.
I can't tell you about bombs. I don't have to do those. My experience is barely ahead of where we are, by the way. So that's
we're doing it all right, is what you're saying.
There's one. No, not necessarily, but it doesn't matter.
Well, tell
I
us.
think that's a problem.
No. This is where we end up doing some like fucking sideways strat, and then whenever we try to pug it, everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, I know what it is.
Nobody does it that way.
Is it the tentacle?
One of them is. Yeah.
I mean, it works, right?
It works, but it's not the right thing. It's not gonna work 100% of the time.
Wait, why not?
It's gonna work about 80% of the time.
100% of the time.
80% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Yep. There's an atomic ray like on the box.
Ow, it got me.
You won't feel that during the next Arm & Hammer.
I'm gonna home game.
Loading Biblio to Ultra. Ultra's is gonna get skipped. I was telling my friend that we were dying to tentacles a little bit, and then we had a strat, but she like typed out the strat, so I kind of thought I was like, dude. Dada. Knockback missiles. There is a missile coming up the back. Looking back, it's the right side.
Like, especially once we figured something out. If we figured it out and it looks like we're gonna continue doing it that way forever, I'm okay finding out what other people do.
Okay.
We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works in a minute.
I'll tell you the tentacle thing afterwards.
Sonata.
No home game.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can always pre-heal or whatever me for the second one, because I'm gonna keep doing that every single time.
Yeah, let's not. I forgot to put that. Let's not have you waste your
Magic ray.
your tether on the second person.
Using it on character.
It's not a waste because this is literally a skill
Receiving
I
air
never
force.
use.
Oh.
Where's the Ultra? I'm sorry, it was Ultra.
Well, now we get to hear how to do tentacles.
Oh, I thought it was after the raid today we used Ultra.
Yeah, so the hardest part about the current tentacle strat is me not playing with you guys, because I could totally intentionally screw it up for you. It's when the cast bar ends, the tentacles go wherever everybody is facing. So there's a tentacle for each player, and it just goes wherever you're facing. So I could face. You could face any direction. Doesn't matter where you run to afterwards. You can face any direction. It at the end of the cast, it's going where you're facing. So
there's no B.
It's going to where you're at, right? Not where you're facing.
well, it pops where you're at, yes, but it's gonna swipe where you're facing. So you could just face any direction at the time the cast bar ends, and that's where it's gonna swipe down.
So in other words, we just don't need a B. We just be like, drop your tentacles at A and face away,
Face D or something.
or
Everybody
you
just
put-
faces like.
Well, if we drop them at like behind the boss, and then everybody stays on the north side afterwards and faces away from him.
It's like, so you just everyone. So the tanks facing south, and everyone's just on the rear of the boss stacked facing north. That's all that's needed.
Yeah, because then when they come out, we're still DPSing because we'll be facing the boss, and then
You
They
just
pop out and you
dodge
can run
to
to
the east together.
wait, when spawns on the tank also, right?
Yes.
But it would
like,
just
we'll
swipe
just
south.
we'll all literally all be on A and all be facing south, DPSing the boss.
There's no need for that, and it's a DPS loss for those of us that have positionals.
There's still the AoE when they come out, though. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
so
just
one of the
everyone
tanks-
just dodge
everyone-
towards east, and you just keep DPSing the boss.
Then we all just stand there, which will let DPS get their positionals, which was the original plan. And it just means that Tam needs to not be anywhere near D. So Tam also runs towards C, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just typically have all the tentacles lined up north to south.
And,
You don't
and all of
You know.
them are.
have to get tricky with it.
No. All of them will be attacking north and south because we'll be facing the boss to do all of our stuff. And since we'll all be facing north or south based on being in the straight line, they're just gonna land. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
what we're
exactly.
saying.
That's so they're all just in a line, and everybody just dodges east. Which will be next to Ultras to switch to Ultras.
Ah.
So I'm just going to be facing south.
Yes, you're standing in the same spot you normally are.
All right.
It's when the cast bar ends that you need to be facing the direction.
So you will be standing on B, essentially, facing
Yeah.
south.
I'll be there anyway after the tentacles come out anyway.
Yeah, so we just need to make sure that we all have a spread out point for the ink, which should be roughly the same as your balls or whatever, or just spread out.
Oh, my food almost dropped on me.
I now
Double
know
E.
almost nothing more than you guys. So there you go.
Almost nothing more. There's more.
The middle mechanic, I know at least a little bit on it.
Biblio to Ultra. Skipping Ultra. Going to dead. Bad. Whatever, Shauna.
That was weird.
Missiles. Right side of the back. There is one coming up. Sada running. Magitech Ray. Sunsplinter. Sundark.
Get ready to move
Gonna be
out.
Ultra.
There's going to be a beam. Then there's going to be
Magitech
there's the
Ray.
beam.
It's the first boss with a physical attack tank buster.
It's not flatten.
Retrieving Ultra. Separate. Get behind. We do have time to do stuff because it's gonna do plasma. Tentacles.
Get ready to interrupt the stone skin.
Yeah, you need to get out of that
They
really.
all went.
They all went north.
Yeah, that's the thing we talked about dodging east.
Stone skin. Thank you. Get out. He's firing up there.
Did I just
Yeah.
res into that?
You'll be fine. Not within that
Not
far
not
away.
that far away.
Flashing. Oh, just
Diffractive plasma. AoE, yeah.
It's fine, I got it. Oh, no, I'm out of mana.
Loading Air Force. And then there's Dibley on the side. Running Air Force. Oh, I forgot that was that one.
Oh, that was comedy.
I think it's gonna be ads and not that thingy. Missiles to ads probably. There's one coming up to the left of the back. Running, it's ads.
Getting the south one.
I'm sorry, I was in my laser. I'm in
I
the
got it. We succeeded! Tank buster.
Oh, I can't kill this guy.
That did not come out when it was
Beams coming out, beams coming out. Watch out. All the way
Splinter.
across the
Oh,
arena.
it's skipping and it's going to whatever the fuck that is.
Oh wow, yeah, here's the new one.
Running virus combat program.
Virus!
steering wind.
Oh
Big
shit!
Heather,
you guys, you guys ready for
Plus a minus.
Allergan Rot?
What did it look like?
It was two green like little virus thingies,
Elegant Rot.
and Allergan Rot immunities on Salinta, and Carrot has Aether Rot.
I just wanted to see what boss was Final Fantasy 16 was.
Virus?
Did the Allergan Rot explode?
Probably.
Aether Rot exploded.
And killed everybody. Yay, Allergan Rot!
You guys remember doing Allergan Rot the real way?
I actually did it
Never
the real
did it.
way, so
Yeah?
Well, now you get to.
Alright, remind us the correct way to do Allergan Rot.
So
Well,
you-
it is supposedly slightly different in this one because
Normal
you get bounced
Allergan,
around.
You can bounce it around. You were able to bounce around early in the other one.
No, you get bounced around the arena.
Oh.
Not you need to bounce it around.
There's other mechanics happening at the same time.
Yeah, so there's
Oh.
okay, the two mechanics that were immediately apparent. Okay, three mechanics. First mechanic, fear. So we all need to be in the middle so that we don't end up running into the edge. Second mechanic, it had the tethers. So
Pithman.
that's the plus and minus things. So that's from like A3. So we need to make sure that we get bounced in the correct direction. And then the third thing is the Allegan or Aether Rot or whatever. So like we need to make sure that we don't like end up bouncing into each other and passing it when we don't want to or something, I guess.
Well, you get immunity. The way you did it in 2 was you basically had one person get it. They gave it to and they passed it off to the back line. And then
They have an
back-
assigned
and
player
then-
to pass it to.
Yep, and then that person stood there. Then the next person who needed to pass it ran in and got it, then and stood there. And then the next person, the next person, the next person. And then you had 5 people all standing there with different immunity timers ticking down, so that it would just rotate between them, and all they had to do was dodge all the mechanics together as a group. But there was more stuff than what was going on in 2 going on here.
So the fear is not an automatic fear. It happens because of a debuff called abandonment, which means you have to be close to your partner.
It's ululation or whatever.
And so if you're not close to your partner, then you end up running around all crazy. And you want to avoid that. Those players that get it need to be close. And then yes, you have tethers where it's plus and minus. So basically a pair of 4 players are going to need to be up close on the boss, and then the other 4 players are going to have to spread out because they're going to get sucked together, and the ones that are close are going to get pushed out when it goes off.
And I assume we want to get pushed out east-west, not north-south.
That's, I think, normal.
Because if you get pushed north-south, then someone's going into the wall.
Yeah, I think that is normal to get pushed. Typically, the party finder markers are basically like 1 and 2 for the people getting close up to each other.
So do you know ahead of time who's going to be tethered to whom?
Basically, the 2 DPS are going to need to be close, and 2 DPS are going to need to be spread. And they're not paired together. Is not what I'm saying. But like, and then I think 1 tank is going to need to be close, and 1 tank is going to need to be spread, and the same for the casters or the healers. I think that's the breakdown. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's the breakdown. What I do know is that the DPS that are furthest away are always going to be the DPS that get the spread one, which means that you can, plan the mechanic by just having the ranged DPS always be away.
And that's the one where we want to be on the edges and get sucked in.
You
together.
want to be spread out from your partner, yes, on the edges.
Okay.
So I don't know if your partner is going to be a tank or healer, or if it's going to be random, but I think it's 1 tank and 1 healer for each, and you just need to spread out to opposite sides. I'm not sure if pre-setting positions works or not.
There's a very
I-
awkward gif of how it supposedly works.
Oh, I see. I haven't seen that.
But the gift doesn't say who gets tethered to whom, though.
But yes.
It looks like 2 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 healer. Or, so like a DPS and a tank, and I guess a DPS and a healer are tethered together to get thrown.
So the Allegan Rot thing, we do need to pass it off, but we need to manage the mechanics with it. So basically, the people who are up close, like the person that gets it on the boss, needs to just sort of pass it right before the pushback mechanic all the mechanics go off for the tethers. So you don't want to do it before, then you want to do it right before the too early. You want to do it right before the tether mechanics go off. So basically, when you see the plus minus signs appear, that's when you want to spread it. Do the first spread of the Algan Rot, and that way you can continue the spread once everybody gets back off of the mechanic. So it doesn't end up blowing up. So that's how they manage the Algan Rot during the tethers. Is you just wait till just before the tether, spread it once, and then begin whatever your spread chain is. After everyone can get back in, the tethers have gone off. So
this is highly confusing, and that gift did not help.
No, it didn't.
But it looks like 2 DPS and a tank and a healer, so it's 4 people in each group. A DPS is tethered to a tank, a DPS is tethered to a healer, and then the other 2 DPS, the other healer, and the tank all get, looks like, Searing Wind. So the ones in the middle get the same sign, so they get pushed apart. So the people who are going to the corners have the stuff to pull each other closer together. So what they do is they spread out like that, and they get pulled together. That's what it looks like there.
Okay.
yeah,
Describe
so
this.
it is a tank and a healer that, the tank and healer split between who's got to be up close and who's got to spread. And that's probably random.
I'm gonna learn better by
There's
doing
one
it.
that gets Searing Wind, so they go to the corner.
I think everybody.
Oh, yeah,
Looks like
they
all
get
4
Searing
of
I
the
think all 4 get
opposites attract group get
Wind.
it.
Go to the corner.
Well, according to this GIF, I'm going to C, so that's where I'm going.
That's right. Biblia to Ultra. Ultra is the skip one. Skipping Ultras, doing Dada. Skipping knockback and missiles. There is one missile coming from the right side. Came back. Ray is going northish. I'm getting receiving Ultra.
Spread.
One B. Yes, bro.
I'm sorry, it's not that.
How did 5 people die? I don't even understand.
Should have been 6.
Nope, definitely 5 people died. Well, I mean, 3 people could have been too close to each other.
I guess that's true. I always forget which one's coming next until like right before I'm like, oh yeah.
I bet the designers were like, that's the fun part of the fight. You have to remember something that happened earlier.
Yeah. The fun part.
This guy really likes baking soda, by the way.
Arm and Hammer. Biblio, Ultra, same as last one. Skipping, going to Dada. One coming up the right side of the back. Shooting south.
That's going south.
No, it was
You're done. Sorry, I should have pulled out who it was on.
It takes a long time to die on this wall.
Yeah, that actually doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah, it doesn't do a ton of damage.
Just a dodge 20 seconds, so you're probably gonna die eventually.
So I decided to help with that Aluma.
Yeah, he's right there.
I might as well do the Devastate. Whatever the AoE ability is. At least the ads seem to be the same pretty much all the time.
Cataluma Air Force. One coming up the left side of the back.
It's like almost straight there.
Wish that wouldn't interrupt me.
You have a skill for that.
I've already used it.
I know.
It's far away from the.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And retrieve.
This was Air
Or
Force.
skip. Sorry.
Skipping Air Force, going to Biblio. Yeah, we got ads.
Well, then run into the wall.
Everybody stack up.
Can't.
This wall's so slow.
Run into
Should
a missile. Get a missile.
Should just dismiss Eos when we die, or when we're trying to wipe. Eos is such a try hard.
She's like the overacted EMT in a drama. Don't die on me.
I can try to get Guardian a little closer.
It's a little better, I think, if we bring data to Guardian, just so we don't end up in a corner when ink is going out. There is time to adjust, but sometimes people forget.
Laser. Data Air Force. Loading data knockback. No missiles coming at the back.
Sorry. Just a little too slow that time. I've gotten it every other time, literally, so.
Magic exceeding southwest. We'll probably get a third blow or bleed. because of damage down.
We'll be fine. We got good DPS. Maybe not. Maybe not. That was.
Sun Kanada.
It is really hard to aim that. Is there? There's no like.
How did it
Spread
break?
out. Ring.
Skipping Air Force, going to Biblio.
Spread out. for
Retrieving.
ring. Now, I guess.
Retrieving. No, it's Air Force. Get away from it. Copying.
Just give me missiles again.
We're gonna get AoE missiles. Oh, nope, just missiles. Missiles and add.
Can I get this mana?
Add.
Regens for everyone.
Taking the east one.
Wow, probably a tank message going out right there.
There is.
I didn't see it.
Loading.
Alright, loading.
Ultras, get
Ultras.
separate. Stack up. Probably gonna do AoEs and stuff before tentacles.
Probably gonna
Go
be
ahead and provoke off me. Stand on top of me then.
Diffractive AoE using Addle.
I do not have sure.
Tentacles coming out.
Race north.
Ultras is south at sea. Or whatever, not sea. South at sea. Silent.
there. He's up.
He's up coming to us.
Virus.
Diffractive plasma, AoE damage. I'm getting away now. Skipping and going to virus. Me and Midori are gonna be far away. Steering wind and bus other.
Oh, you guys. Yeah, I just pushed everybody in the
No, Salenta is supposed to go south.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting to happen. Both DPS went south.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we need to be like on the corner because you get stunned when you pull in, and then I got hit by Midori.
No, I actually killed everybody.
No, but I didn't get hit by you when you were doing your stuff. So when
those
Midori
was-
and I were separated, we got sucked in. We were sucked in just close enough because I wasn't on the edge because Guardian was kind of far away, so I wanted to be able to DPS. We got sucked in just close enough that her steering wind went off another time right as it was falling off and pushed me off.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
you actually have to be like far in the corner for those.
Okay. So. Call out your letter.
See?
Sorry. Type out your letter.
Doesn't it? So the only way if healers and tanks are random,
I believe it's going to always be the off tank.
okay, so the healer's random.
Oh Well, one healer goes to B, the other healer stays on A.
Right.
So, those of us who have to stick close to each other, it's important that we're not bumping into each other because we have to manage the virus.
The rot.
Yeah. So I
sorry,
guess
rot. Yeah.
based on the layout of this arena, you probably want to be about, like, let's suppose I am tethered to Solenta and we are not the, like, we want to be about probably this close. So, like, if you see the things on the ground, like, these markers are probably just about right. Like, if we are about this close, then we won't get knocked into the wall, and we also won't pass the thing on accident.
Yeah, whoever has it wants to pass it just before we get knocked away. And then after that, we need to determine a rotation somehow.
Oh, hey guys, remember when we tried to do Judgment Nisi the correct way? We're real good at that.
At least you've had practice. Should we pass it to a healer and then pass it to the healer in the middle? And that healer passes to the other healer, and then that healer can go fix it.
After Searing Wind, are we don't have to worry about the tethers anymore? It's just the rot?
If that's the
That
case, then
was
we
a
have a lot more
question.
people to...
Let's figure it out.
I don't know if... No.
My understanding is once we get knocked around by the tethers, we just need to figure out the rot.
So we have everyone to be able to pass it to them.
But I haven't been in a group that passed it, so, you know.
Biblio to Ultra. We're gonna skip Ultra. Skipping Ultros, doing Dada. No, missiles coming up the middle. From the back. Moving backwards a little bit. Did we almost fix the second one?
Almost. Yeah, Tam came to help.
I've been helping the last few times.
It also helps make sure that Guardian is in
How's
fleet
it going?
range.
Ultros.
Upright for Ultra. Retrieving for Ink. I'm gonna die. I got my one. Yay.
Don't be a baby.
I had less than half health. Plasma. Addled. Nothing like that. Tentacles. Bookmark.
Wow, I don't need one.
Not always.
The Ultra should be at A for sure this time because we didn't have another ad.
Don't move until he gets up.
Ground skin.
He's up.
He's up, move.
Wow, he got cast.
That's a waste of a fighter flight.
Could be some AoE damage. Yeah.
Then Air Force, yeah.
Loading Air Force. And Biblio is behind. Oh, get away from him.
Missiles and then bombs.
And ad. Missiles coming now. Ready for ad.
Oh, fuck. Thing like spawned on top of me.
Dang.
Might be better to just stand on his east side during that, because they don't seem to spawn that far north.
Yeah, I could stand on top of Tam.
Yeah, he doesn't do any cleaves as far as I know. I don't even think Arm and Hammer is a cleave.
What about refracted lasers?
That's a raid wide damage.
That's what refracted plasma?
Yeah, that's plasma. Is there a laser also?
Plasma is the raid wide. I think laser was the one in normal that came up when Air Force showed up.
Yes, that's what he does when he's loading Air Force and it's like get away. That's laser. That's the one that stuns and gives you a bone stack.
Yep.
Last attempt on this.
Yeah, this
I need a bio there. Oh crap. Not definitely right on me.
Sorry, I was too busy reading a picture about a vagina cake.
I think I'll stick with standard sugar flavored cakes.
Oh, that's disgusting. I didn't even think of that way. Biblio. I want to have to taste of that.
I was
Skipping also going
promised
to Dada.
a gap closer this patch, so it's
Who promised you that?
apparently some liars.
Two missiles coming up the middle.
sure you don't get hit by that.
Man up here. Oh, yeah. It's good, because I couldn't do that.
Laser. Retrieving what number? Air Force also. Go first. Plasma.
I would really appreciate the goad.
Tentacles. He's flying.
Seems like a lot of city fights.
You mean like 4 seconds?
Sound like
Could be AoEs. Fractal Plasma. Loading.
Loading Air Force. Get ready to run out.
Missiles. Ads and bombs. No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was there in the corner. I was like running and then ran into it.
Taking the east one.
Wow, that laser hits for 100k.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh,
My bad,
nobody was
I
on the
didn't-
heal.
I was sprinting. I didn't see that it was coming up, and it was next to the boss or my ad, and then it was too late when I noticed it. I need to pay attention to that.
Alright, 5-minute break.
Never saw The Pick of Destiny?
Nope.
I mean, I don't want to say it was a good movie because it really wasn't. But you have funny stuff like Jack Black's character as a kid praying to Dio, and his parents think it's he means God, and no, he means Dio, just the musician.
Not Dio, the immortal vampire.
No, not that Dio.
Kono
one,
Dio da.
In truth, it was him, Dio, all along.
It's true.
Someone just needs to drop a steamroller on Guardian.
Is that what happens in the game?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh. I don't watch JoJo's.
It's like one of those things where even if you never watch it, you'll hear enough about it. It is
Watch it, play the games, whatever.
well, I mean the games are
There's Bizarre Adventure games also.
there are some fighting games that are based off of the characters. That's about as much as you could say.
It's just another like fighting anime, isn't it? Like where they take 5 episodes to kill someone.
It's hard to describe.
It's a bizarre adventure.
It is actually an accurate description.
Right. So, like,
It completely changes its nature throughout it.
the first arc is like weird Castlevania meets Dragon Ball Z.
Interesting.
The second arc is like Fists of the North Star meets Wolfenstein 3D. Meets, I don't know how you would describe the Pillar Men. Almost naked. Okay, like take all the Final Fantasy looking bosses, the like naked dudes, and make it so that they can crawl inside of any hole in your body, and then make you explode.
You had me at naked dudes and lost me at crawl inside the hole in
The
your body.
third arc is the most famous one, and that's the one where everybody gets their own Guardian Force, and you just like you don't fight anymore. You make your Guardian Forces fight each other, and then the fourth arc continues that, but it's Sir Pompadour and his like weird sitcom life in like mid-sized city Japan, and then sometimes stuff happens. Oh yeah, there's a serial killer. Oh my.
It's like when you're watching it, especially at the beginning of every arc, you go, "What the fuck am I watching?" And
That's
by the end
every
of
Japanese anime ever.
it, no,
This conversation is everything
no.
why I don't watch any anime. It's horrible.
No, you're watching the wrong anime, man.
They're all that way. They can't seem to make a cartoon and not make it super weird.
Maybe it's because you think that it should be a like American cartoon.
American cartoons are even weirder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Okay, I'm back.
anime is just a medium that encompasses all genres and how they do it. Like,
Yeah,
There's
I don't know. They're
random
super
co-
weird.
no, there's random, completely ordinary romance, slice of life, sitcom type shows. There is
The thing is,
shit
like, you don't hear
JoJo's
people
Bizarre
talking about a lot of
Adventure.
them. Because it's like a lot of them are just like, okay, that's another rom-com, just like you see on normal American TV. It's like, okay, great.
Oh, you should watch. What is that? Oh,
I mean, they also have like things like Mushishi that are just like, it's weird, but it's not like weird like you would normally think of in anime. It's
Or-
like it's very.
watch the anime Another, and then tell me if you think that all anime is weird.
No,
Watch what?
not worth time.
Another.
Or
Somebody dies tonight for your pleasure.
I don't know that one.
That's basically another.
Oh, is it really? Somebody dies tonight for your pleasure?
Okay, there's perfect. Oh no, not School Days. Although that is a nice boat, but no.
Cowboy Bebop isn't that weird.
No, well, it is weird, but it's like sci-fi cowboy western weird, not supernatural oddity weird.
Exactly. I mean, we also had a show like that, Serenity.
Yes, actually,
Or, I'm sorry, Firefly.
if you had to start with an anime, Midori, I would suggest Cowboy Bebop. But
I'm automatically suspicious of like people whose first recommendation for anything is something from the 90s because it just leads me to believe that they have not stayed current because I know so many people who are like, oh yeah, no, I know anime, like I watched, Cowboy Bebop and Trigun and like that.
Bebop actually is like one of those good starter animes. Like there are some that are okay now. Like if you like more of the generic
Oh,
I wouldn't say
you're losing me. You're losing me.
drama stuff.
No. There are a billion great shows that
Or on Host High
People-
School.
don't think about when their head is stuck in the 90s. Like, just because I guess they stopped watching anime and they don't know what's good. But having said that, Cowboy Bebop is a great show with a great soundtrack.
I mean, it's a little bit. It's not. It's a little bit like saying that, oh, you want to watch a movie? Go watch Citizen Kane. It's like, okay, yes,
Yeah.
it is an all-time great, but
I would liken it a little more to like Godfather, because like
I mean,
at least that's a little more recent. Saying to watch Citizen Kane's like telling someone to go watch Astro Boy.
I mean, I'd more compare Cowboy Bebop to Goodfellas than Godfather.
I don't know, like just shows that are like only a couple of years old, like Erased. It's like it has a very like weird premise, but it's not a weird show.
Right.
No, you gotta be like everyone should watch SAO because SAO is the best anime ever.
Biblio.
I'm sorry. Am I 13 years old?
Maybe.
I mean, only on the inside. But no, like
I refuse to watch
you
SAO.
just. All right, we're skipping. We're going to the knockback and missiles.
Okay.
We can argue about anime after the fight.
We skipped all.
Who did we skip?
Ultras. We'll get to see him on the screen again in a
There's
second.
one coming back. From the back. I mean,
Why is my heels doing nothing? Oh, is that the? Didn't realize.
I
that
got
was-
hit into the wall.
Magitech. Valenta.
Or I'm gonna home game and take Buster.
Kylie.
Hope I
Yeah,
don't need
that-
to use home gang later in the fight, because that definitely got used.
Gonna use home gang.
It's gonna be ink.
Match attack.
Shit.
Ink.
Yeah. Burn
Ink,
killed me.
ink. Yeah, because it's like incoming.
Okay.
Alright, I'm
Like
gonna
a
run to the wall.
I got
Oh,
this twice.
So
I fell down the wall.
there's enough space for ink for the melee DPS to stay on the boss, but all the casters have to get away.
I am not moving.
Okay.
Try to be
Land,
like,
Land
good
of the
about-
Lustrous
I'm just-
was okay, but it ended at a bad spot.
What?
His
Land
instinct
of the
was not a
Luster.
thing earlier, not boss fight stuff.
So I will try to be back and out-ish of the wave. I'm going to try to be in the middle-ish, but if it's last minute, you guys need to move. Please, just pay attention.
Tam, do you want to like take? Do you want to help spread out? I can run out at the last minute. That's fine. I'm gonna run towards the back wall. I think like we could probably fit all 4 melee if we take corners.
Wait, does the boss move at that point?
No.
No, actually, I tell you what.
I can
I'll
just
take-
like scoot over to the right a little bit.
No. We should just do cardinals. I'll take A. Someone else can take B. This is like the same positionals that we had for.
So that
Next
only
step.
works if ranged can get out, and I believe Salenta was saying that's not going to always happen.
Well, we can call it in advance, and hopefully they can get out.
Okay.
I mean, other than Ultros tentacles, which are always preceded by ink, there's no reason for the casters to be close once Dadalum is dead.
I mean, the reason is the same reason why casters are usually close. It heals, and because that's where they work. Now, Midori can move, but
Wait, do you guys still get auto attacks?
no. Or maybe we do.
Book D.
Gotta get the maximum deeps.
If you're talking about like casters getting auto attack damage, it is imperceptible.
You hit for about 200.
Really? God damn it.
Dadaluma, and we're skipping Air Force.
No missiles coming up from the back. Magic.
I am not going to cover anymore, so
Skipping
Skipping Air Force, Biblios. Retrieving Air Force. Yep. Alright, doing the missiles. And then adds and bombs. I'll take the far one. Tank Buster always happens during the bombs. Dodge the ray.
Yeah, I was watching.
Alright, we are doing Ultros. Get into positions.
Oh no. Yeah, that healed me.
Get ready for the tentacles. Get in positions. We've got like a couple seconds.
One is facing the wrong way.
Where'd that only hit me?
It's up in the air.
Yeah, it's white.
Alright, go hug the dot.
Wow, it's really not that far. Need it up pretty quick.
It is Dodaluma and skipping Air Force. Knock back. What the? Oh, go off.
Four up the back.
Watch for the laser.
I'm getting. Oh, never mind. My bleed's wearing off.
It's going to be Air Force, or sorry, it's skipping Air Force going to Biblios probably. Yep, going to Biblios. Alright, grabbing Air Force.
What?
Tools and stuff. And then ads. Two coming from the back. I'm taking the back one.
Rapid laser.
First of the laser.
Ink. Remember ink.
Loading Ultros. Spread out. Get ready for another diffractive laser. Or plasma, whatever. Tentacles.
In here. Oh, he's targeted me. He targeted me.
Virus.
Get ready to go into your correct corner.
Where's right? They're not
It got me selected for the melee thing, so there's a way to bait that somehow.
So, should I be tanking on the inside when that comes out?
He should probably just be in the middle. So should he tank on the inside, or should
Yeah,
the boss be in the middle?
because I think every time I've been pushed away from the person I'm tethered to.
Yeah, well, the GIF, according to the GIF, the boss is tanked right on the midline. So, probably after
When he lands.
the second ad or whatever, yeah, pull him south so that he's right in the middle, and then I guess we'll try to get in our respective positions where the two melee are like right underneath him, and the healer, we'll see if the healer is random or if it's based on distance. Have one healer slightly further back. Let's say Kanata, like try to be like southeastish. I'll try to be northwestish.
It's random which healer. I've gotten both. The one.
Were you standing in the same position relatively both times?
Like one healer just goes. The one with Searing Wind goes to the corner, and then the one
Goes
without
to
the
the corner.
Searing Wind tethered goes hug their tank.
Yeah, there's no real. I'm not worried about it. Maybe I should be, but I'm not.
Pretty sure. You probably call out really fast about this. Okay, that's a bad thing.
Should probably call it who has it. I forgot. Are we getting knocked east-west or north-south?
Healers are going north-south because you're getting sucked in, not pushed away.
No, the people who are in the middle.
People who are getting pushed away from each other are going east-west.
No, they're going north south. Everyone's going north south.
Oh.
Nope. Winded.
Who wasn't in?
Well, we were having a very lengthy discussion.
Aha, I'm first to die.
On the GIF, everyone's getting pushed north-south in some way. The people on the outside are getting pulled towards each other. The people in the middle are getting pushed outward north-south.
Also, I mean, the reason you shouldn't go east-west is because the people who are getting pulled toward each other will be in that position, and we have steering wind.
But the steering wind goes off before the thing, right? Because on the GIF it shows like a little flash, and
no,
then they get pulled.
That's what killed Dark and me last time. We hit each other with our steering winds once we got close to each other.
Oh, it looks like it has multiple. Oh yeah, steering wind has multiple hits. So
Yeah. So you don't want to be east-west if that's where we are, because you'll get hit by that and die.
No, well, I'll just go north-south. It's pretty straightforward.
Okay, so according to the GIF, the healer goes up and stands next to the tank, whichever healer is tethered to a melee.
Yep.
But, like, I guess not specifically on top of the tank because of the rod.
If
Right.
if it's the melee that gets the rod every time, then we can just like trade each other for the first trade right before everyone gets knocked around.
Alright, well, do we know what we're doing then, I guess?
Yeah.
I guess it is possible. If the healers are random, then the tanks might be random also. And so if I am tethered to a melee again next time, then I will provoke off of Tam, and Tam needs to run to the corner. Got that?
Yeah. I mean, either you get Searing Wind or you don't. If you don't get Searing Wind, you provoke.
I guess that is the thing to look for to tell if you were tethered to a melee or not.
I don't know the other icons, so yes.
I mean, I'm just assuming that if you're tethered to a melee, that you will not get Searing Wind, but I don't know.
Definitely the case, or else you were screwed.
Right, and that's why a tank gets tethered to a healer, because the tank that's tethered to a healer, they can both get Searing Wind, and they can guaranteed get whatever. Alright. I will eat food again. for this last like 2 pulls.
Two good pulls or 17 really bad ones?
Luma to Air Force. Ready for knockback. Ready for missiles.
There's one coming up the back.
Oh, I'm just blind.
Watch out for the laser. Ray.
Biblios. Too eager. Multiple, a couple of us, including me. Too eager.
Yeah, you can totally like chase the rocket.
So a bibliolatrist would be someone who worships books.
It's pretty funny watching one of you guys run out, then run back in, then others run back.
It was like a Scooby-Doo episode where there's all those doors.
Yeah.
The back end of the missile is totally safe.
Same thing as last time. Get ready for the knockback.
None down middle.
Okay, I think we're slowly getting that phase under control.
Biblia.
For this burn thing.
Going to Biblios. All you melee with your fucking dash attacks. I hate you. Get out. Out, out, out. It's gonna be missiles again. And then adds. Bombs coming out. I'll take the back one.
That was my fault.
Well, at least that. Laser. Baking soda. Same thing as before, get ready for knockback.
One up the back.
Ray. Ray. Going to Biblios. Getting Air Force, get out. Missiles and adds. Bombs coming out. Watch out for the baking soda during this. What? Killed
I was
us.
up for too long.
I stood in it.
So you have to get out. You have to stand in and get out.
I did.
Well, I only saw the second time, so I can't say if you did the first time or not, but it didn't register you. You have to wait until you get the little check mark above your head. Like, if you didn't get a check mark, then the bomb didn't go off. Like, didn't get used.
Do you have to get out? Can you just stay in here?
You have to get out, otherwise it doesn't count.
I mean, you just run through it, and then when you see the little poof, then you can go about your day.
Last pool.
Well, all things aside, I've gotten very good at the opening rotation here. Managed to do that last one without missing a single GCD.
I noticed Tam using progressively fewer and fewer coding into that.
You were cool enough to what?
That first.
I've only ever used
Dodaluma to
that
Air
once.
Force. Dodaluma knockbacks.
Two up the back.
Is this actually random?
Am I random?
No.
Oh, it's not random?
Oh no! It was facing me! Rip. Okay.
Which means we got time for another
There's
pull.
So, wait, were you saying it's not random?
it's random on a coin flip. There's
It's
only two variations that are happening.
yeah.
It's just been
But once-
Dodaluma, like, every time for the
Yeah,
last,
yeah.
like, 6 polls.
Yeah,
It's
once
not random like every program he's choosing is random. It's just like there's two variations. What I
Yeah. Like the whole fight is just two variations.
Yeah.
And basically we'll be able to tell which variation it is off the first.
Yeah.
program run. I mean, I can stay. Can everybody else stay?
I have nothing pressing.
Yep. No problem here.
I will eat more food.
Lasers. Is Biblios this time? Skipping Ultros going to knockback. Gonna be some missiles.
One up the back.
He's gonna do ink. Might do a laser first. There's the laser. And then get ready to spread for ink. Alright, get ready for some big heals. Get ready for tentacles.
TV in the middle. Oh no, we have no lines.
Air Force.
Air Force, get out. And it's gonna be missiles and ads. Oh no, Tylee! Kanata with, or if you kill your ad, help Kanata main the back line.
Raid coming at you guys.
Skipping Biblios, going to Virus.
Yeah, with someone dead, it threw everything off. I had Searing, but I wasn't tethered to anyone. So I went to my spot.
Did you move? You end up like getting pulled in the middle at all?
I didn't get pulled or pushed at all, but I still had Searing Wind, so no, I couldn't be near anybody.
So it was fine, except not all of us did the right thing.
Well, Midori got pushed into me because someone else was going up to her spot.
Well, no.
Well, I also got feared because I didn't have my other melee person there with abandonment. Like the knockback for me worked out, but I was feared right afterwards.
I also got feared.
Should be relatively close. Oh yeah, okay, so
So what needs to happen is, okay, assume that the boss is already in the middle. Like both melee need to be on A, and both tank and healer need to be on B, so that after you get knocked back in the same direction, and you're stacked on top of each other, so that you don't get hit by the fear.
Yeah.
That's also when you would pass the rot anyway.
Right. Like so. Like the first, I'm just gonna put these markers here for now. So like, if the boss is in the middle, then those will be your stack points. I can probably pull them in a little bit, like there-ish. So stack on A and B if you get the melee or tank melee tether.
you probably don't want to stack immediately.
Well, don't stack because of Valley and Rot. You're next to each other, for sure. You only touch when you want to pass.
It's okay if it passes like the first time, right? Because you have plenty of time to then deliberately deal with it after the knockback.
Sure. I don't know.
I suspect that it doesn't matter. And you want to make sure that, like, if you're stacked exactly on A and exactly on B, then you should get knocked in exactly the same direction and stop in exactly the same spot. So I think that would help reduce variance. Whereas if like one person is just slightly off, then the angle will like send them flying in slightly different directions.
I try to make sure he's in the middle when the virus thing comes out.
Yep. I mean, as long as you're standing on B, like, boss uptime is not the most important factor at this point in our learning progression, but ideally, yes.
It's fine.
Bit melds.
Yeah, basically.
Food.
Dodaluma. Knockbacks.
Can't tell if you're gonna take that.
One coming at the back.
Beams. Going to Biblios. Retrieving.
There.
Missiles and bombs and hats. Oh my.
Oh, I just gave.
Remember the ink. The ink is coming.
Ready for AoE damage. And then tentacles. Sounds good.
Who's in here? Or you guys? I'm gonna get him to the middle because he's gonna do virus next.
Kanata, you're running the wrong way.
Kylie, how did you get knocked that time?
How'd I get knocked that time? Because I was knocked by my tether, like I'm supposed
Sorry,
to.
I didn't catch that. What was that?
I got knocked by my tether like I'm supposed to.
But I mean, what direction?
South.
It would have been correct.
Yes.
Oh wait. What about Tylee? Sorry.
Yeah. No, he was doing the right thing.
Yes. South, where I was supposed to get knocked.
Weird.
You got knocked by a fire
Oh.
early. And you got knocked into the wall. That's why you died.
Yeah, I know I got knocked to the wall. I just don't know why.
Because
Kanata was
ran
out of
the wrong
position.
way.
Alright, remember to run towards your letter.
If you get Searing Wind.
If you get Searing Wind, run towards your letter.
It should give us enough numbers and letters to cover the whole. A through Z, but also A through Z uppercase.
It should like be Excel style. You have double A, double B. Bataluma, there's the knockback.
One minute back.
Looks like it's always a good first.
No, it's any DPS.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely been Darks and Tylee.
Oh, he turned to face me for that.
Dodge the beam. Alright, skipping Air Force going to Biblios. Alright, Air Force, get out. And then missiles. Ads. It's dead. I'll help once his bombs are out. Back one. How did I get hit by a second fire there?
you get too close to my bomb?
I guess I was heading towards Tylene Sad.
Ink.
Alright, Ink and Carmen. Alright, that's a good wipe. Autaluma, knockback. It's probably just based off of server timing. Ow. Beam. Probably gonna be Biblios next, yes. It's gonna be run out. Missiles. Ads. Bombs and Tank Buster. We'll get the east one. There's Tank Buster. Get ready for Virus.
It's ink.
Oh, Ink is next.
Oh, ink. Diffractive Plasma. Tentacle. He's going to spawn to the south.
He's up in the air. After this is going to be Virus.
Another diffractive laser. Or plasma. Get ready to check your tethers. Everyone stack back in. Get ready to pass the thing. I'll take it next. I got it next. Alright. Come stand on me whenever whoever wants to take it next.
What's this? I think I have it. Somebody come to me. Come to me, please.
Who had it?
Can't run
Yeah,
away.
Oh, I guess I had the immunity.
Oh.
Can
I
pick
think you
up right
ran
after
through
you,
me.
I think.
Or
Yeah,
I ran through
something
you.
like that.
Something happened.
There's a visual indicator on the player that has it. It's kind of obvious.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, the
helpful.
rings. So I saw the ring
I saw the
on
debuff.
Darkson, and then I saw it like move to me, but then it was gone. So I guess it got picked up somehow.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Alright.
did progression.
All right.
I-
So since we successfully got there, let's plan on how to handle the rot. Like, who's gonna? I think the rot should stand on his side. So like, we are out of markers. I'm going to co-opt D real quick. So like, assuming he's still in the middle, like D should be the rot spot. Does that
Sounds
sound
good.
good?
Sounds good. The
How many
initial rot pass can happen after the melee are knocked back. It worked out well.
Okay.
It happens
Um,
as we're getting knocked back, because otherwise we won't be together for abandonment.
Sure. And then basically that will be right when the last tick of Searing Wind. So like, assuming that we're the people who have the Searing Wind do it correctly, you don't need to run back to your markers because you'll still be far enough away so that you won't overlap each other, and you just wait until the last tick happens, and then you can just run into the boss. So, and then if you could reposition him in the middle again, then that'd be great. So then the question is like, what should our pass order be?
Hold on. More important question for the order is how many people do we need? Because there's only going to be like probably 4 people who are needed, and then once you have those 4 passes done, you can just stack forever, right? And so those 4 people
Ostensibly.
will stay together.
Ostensibly.
The 2 DPS are going to have it first. Probably don't want the main tank included in that, so probably it should be the 2 healers.
That is doable since one of the healers will already be there. So you can just move from the main tank to the past spot, and then the off tank can take it next. So let's say healer whichever healer is with the tank takes it first after the melee. So like melee get it, then healer that's with the tank, then healer that had the Searing Wind, and then the off tank. And if we need more than that, then I guess we can just say Midori then Dark.
Did anybody see the timer for the buff that you get, and then for the rot?
The rot's about less than 10 seconds.
Okay, we need to find out how long the immunity is for.
I think it was 15 seconds for the rock.
It was 30.
So we just need 3 people, or 4 people. Yeah, it is 4 people. Okay. So we should pass it around 10 seconds then,
Well,
or 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
I should say. So to be clear, it's going to be the other DPS, the healer who is at 2. Then are we going to do another healer or the tank?
might as well do the tank since I'll be up in melee anyway. So it'll go between the 3 melee DPS, since I'm a melee DPS, obviously, and whichever healer was up in the front.
Okay.
Unless you would rather just like always have one of the healers, you can just assign a healer at that point.
If
So wait.
it's anything like 2, you can stack the people who are going to pass it because their immunity will cool down and auto pass to them, and then it will just pass between them as the timer goes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how long we have to deal with this mechanic, if it's for the rest of the fight or not.
That's why I'm saying we only need 4 people. So if we do the first 4 passes correctly, you'll just stay at D.
Assuming that you're also like kind of weaving for like positionals and
Yeah.
stuff.
That you should generally be staying together.
So then we should just stay out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, range should not participate in the rot if everything goes correctly.
Do range do always get tethered correctly? So
Yeah, I've been with Midori every time, except for the time that
People
Kylie
were
was
dead going in.
Yeah.
The wheels are
Knockback.
You carry down the middle.
which accurate.
Thanks.
No! That hitbox is so fat.
Yeah, I'm dead. Not dead.
no,
Yeah, I'm shortly dead. Yes, he punches very hard.
Alright, you got Dark?
Yeah.
All right.
Creepy.
Okay,
This was
thank you
fun
all.
Progression.
Yes, it's for the most part progression where we were actually progressing.
Yay.
If people want to do this on another day,